Hi guys, I'm Angie with John L. Scott, and today I am with
John with John L. Scott Wenatchee.
and
Harold Jones with John L. Scott Leavenworth.
we're going to talk about some February numbers. Who's going to start us off?
So Harold, I believe you have the numbers for February.
Numbers, and I'll just give you the ones that I'm impressed with, and that is Leavenworth. Your average sale price for February was $585,500. Homes available jumped dramatically with 137%. There's 38 homes on the market. Cashmere will jump right down Mid-Valley. Average sales price $371,000. There were 7 homes sold, and that's a big jump for Cashmere. Usually Cashmere does not get that active. It was a plus of 133%. So that was pretty good for Cashmere. Down in the valley, we have Wenatchee with an average sale price of $453,940. The other number as far as Wenatchee goes is the number of homes sold was just 15, and that was minus 40%. So that was pretty drastic there, and obviously on the opposite side of that, the available homes are 16 homes for sale, and that has jumped by 50%. Now the East Wenatchee area that's been very stable all year, all of this year, part of last year, has average sale price of $509,100, and the homes for sale are up 192% at 41, and the home sold is 19, and that's minus 5%. So East Wenatchee is really holding quite steady, and then the Upper Valley markets are really, it's just unique for whatever spot you're in.
So is there some houses that are starting to come onto the market now compared to last month?
They have been slowly coming on the market, and that's why you see the inventories expanding, but the number of sales are still not catching up. So that's when you see the prices coming down 3%, 5% in that area.
Okay. So, John, you can answer this. What type of properties are selling the fastest, and which ones are taking a little longer to sell that you see?
Homes that are priced right and are in good condition, newer homes tend to sell a little bit quicker. They're always in demand.
The newer homes, because is it less work? Like,
In theory, less work, but
okay. Anything to add to that?
I think you and I have had a conversation about like older homes, like if they've been maintained as far as foundation especially, that's settled and very solid, not going to go anywhere, whereas a new home you can be taking a gamble, it might shift a couple of years after construction has been finished.
Right. With the older home, you know what it's done over the years. It shows everything that's happened with it. With your newer construction, it's just what it is. It's new construction, and you go from there. It's just basically a preference, whether people like an older home or if they want strictly new construction.
Turnkey, move-in ready.
Right.
Not have to do anything to it.
And there's a lot to do with price there also. So you can get probably a little bit more with an older home than new construction, but you might have to do a few things to update it.
Okay. Are there any new housing developments or construction projects that are planned in the area that you guys see?
know they've cleared a spot out on Grant. I don't know what the plans are for that. I've heard rumors they're doing some projects also in East Wenatchee.
A lot of the, from what I see, is they're still working and finishing up on what they had started last year. And since everything slowed down, the developments also have back inventory, so things aren't moving as quickly there. So it might be a while before we see anything else new break out.
Okay.
But I did see, I think, at least 2 or 3 brand new homes come on market last week.
Like new build?
Yeah, new build.
Oh, nice. Are there any particular types of homes or features that are in high demand at the moment? You know, like people wanting, I don't know, is it brass faucets or glass doors or I know barn doors are a thing, but is there anything that you guys are seeing clients ask for?
As far as particular features, not really, because as far as the new homes go, you get your choices, you have limited choices on what you get if they have not, if they're pre-sales, okay? So you get a little bit of choice there. Any of the older homes, it's basically look at everything out there that's in your price range and see which ones have the features that you're looking for. Because everybody has different priority on features.
That's true. Some could want shops, land,
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah, it's very unique as far as for what each buyer is looking for.
Okay. Next question. So for people considering selling, what factors do you consider when setting a listing price? And I'm sure there's a lot of factors, but what are some key factors?
A lot of that has to do with looking at recent sales. What homes similar to the one that we're looking at have sold recently? What did that sell for? What are differences between, say, okay, we're looking to sell your home, your neighbors sold their home a few months ago. What are the similarities between your house and that one that might dictate the price of your home? Also looking at other homes within usually about 2 to 3 mile radius, depending on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Location of the property, condition of the property, and I'm gonna say bottom line is what the seller's priorities are and why he's thinking of selling.
Okay. So that kind of leads me into the next 2 questions. So the first one was, what advice would either of you guys give someone interested in selling their home or property? Or what advice would you give someone interested in buying? But let's start with the selling part. If someone's considering selling, what kind of advice would you guys give?
Harold, I think you've got a little more experience with that when you've dealt with sellers.
Start as soon as you make the decision or you're thinking of making a decision of selling, get everything going, because you think you can get it done overnight and it takes longer than you think. Just getting through the paperwork, getting the property prepped, making your decisions on what your goals are and how soon you can make the move, and that is unique to every seller. That also applies to a buyer from the buyer's point of view. Everybody's unique, everybody has different reasons why they're selling. You need to get all of that up front, get your agent in sync with you, everybody get on the same page, and then it should be a much smoother transaction. That's what we're all working for.
Yeah, I always hear that, like, prep your home. We always wait till the last minute. You think, oh, I can clean it, it's not that dirty. And this is like a movie. When you decide you're gonna move, you start finding all these little things, and then you gotta go and sort. And so you're kind of saying just make sure everything is ready as far as, besides paperwork and agent, is clean, make sure everything's working. You know, if you're gonna put fresh coat of paint, try to do that all before instead of after. Alright. Okay, and how about advice for someone interested in buying a home?
That's,
I know a lot of people wonder, like, what are the first steps? What do I do? Some don't have a clue. So what kind of
yeah.
advice would you give?
Again, it kind of, like Harold mentioned, you know, start sooner and kind of work towards it. And I'm working with one couple right now, they're looking to maybe buy within the next year. That's the perfect time to start, like, okay, let's start now, start with, let's talk to a loan officer, get your pre-approval started, all your finances in order, make sure that you have the budget you think you have to purchase a home.
Should they know? I mean,
Yeah.
some people say know the area you want to be, but do you recommend them being a little bit flexible just in case there's no houses in that particular area?
Yes, because again, like, okay, let's say your perfect home is in this specific area, but there's nothing there right now. That house, there's a good chance that house will come on market within the next year. But again,
Yeah, what's your time frame?
Yeah.
How quickly do you, it's the opposite of the seller. How quickly do you want to move in? And the faster you want things to happen, the more the new buyer needs to be ready. Get pre-approved, have everything in line. If you have a partner, get your priorities on what you're looking for. You don't want to really spend a lot of time out there just running around looking at everything that you have no interest in or meets none of your priorities. One of the things that I recommend, and it's just a recommendation, sit down, write down 5 things that are a priority in the home you're looking for. And then sit down and write the 3 that you must have. And that way you will eliminate a lot of properties, a lot of homes that you're not interested in to begin with.
yeah,
Makes sense. I just know, well, as a wife, I'm like, I want everything. And usually you can't get everything you want. Maybe you can, but.
you can if the budget is right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it? You have a champagne taste and a beer budget?
Yeah.
Maybe we've got a lot of buyers that have the same mentality.
A little bit. And realistically, you know, like Harold said, you know, have those 5 things and then the 3 must-haves is realistic.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up. What do you guys
That's
think?
it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.